Welcome everyone. Tonight, we're going to talk about something millions of people feel, but almost nobody understands. Why does everything feel empty now? Why do people laugh and still feel dead inside? Why do we consume more entertainment than ever before, yet feel less alive? And why, despite being connected to everyone, do so many people feel completely alone? Because the truth is, this generation is not just tired, it's emotionally disconnected. And by the end of this video, you might finally understand why. There's a strange feeling many people experience at night, a feeling that appears after the scrolling stops, after the music ends, after the conversations disappear, a feeling that says, something is missing. And no matter how much entertainment people consume, that feeling keeps returning, quietly, slowly, like a shadow following them everywhere. That's the emptiness modern life created. And most people don't even realize it's happening to them, because emptiness doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it looks normal. A normal person, living a normal life, smiling normally, posting normally, talking normally, while internally feeling absolutely nothing. That's the terrifying part. People are becoming emotionally numb without noticing it. Think about this carefully. Human beings were never designed to consume this much stimulation. Short videos, notifications, endless music, endless scrolling, endless opinions. The human brain is being overloaded every single day, and slowly, the mind stops feeling things deeply. That's why people need stronger stimulation now, just to feel something. More scrolling, more noise, more dopamine, and less peace. Modern life turned emotions into entertainment. People don't sit with sadness anymore. They escape it instantly. People don't process loneliness. They distract themselves from it. And because of that, millions of people became strangers to their own emotions. The scary thing is, most people are not truly happy anymore. They are distracted. There's a difference, a huge difference. Distraction feels good temporarily. Happiness feels peaceful. But peace became rare because silence became rare. Look around carefully. Nobody can sit alone anymore. The second boredom appears, people reach for their phones automatically, almost like a reflex, and that should scare you. Because if someone cannot spend 5 minutes alone with their thoughts, what are they running from? Maybe loneliness, maybe fear, maybe themselves. That's why nights feel emotionally heavier. At night, the distractions weaken and reality becomes louder. That's when people suddenly feel empty, not because nighttime creates emptiness, because daytime hides it. The modern world became extremely good at keeping people mentally occupied. But mentally occupied people rarely understand themselves. That's why so many people wake up exhausted, even when they did nothing physically difficult. Because emotional exhaustion is different, and emotional exhaustion is destroying this generation silently. People are tired of pretending, tired of performing happiness online, tired of fake conversations, tired of chasing validation from strangers, but nobody talks about it honestly. Instead, everyone keeps scrolling, hoping the next video, the next relationship, the next notification will finally make them feel alive again. But emptiness cannot be cured by distraction, only understood. That's the part people avoid, understanding themselves, because self-awareness is uncomfortable. Once you truly observe your life, you begin noticing painful things, how repetitive your days became, how fake certain relationships feel, how much time disappeared inside screens, how disconnected people became from reality. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. That awareness changes people. It makes them quieter, more distant, more selective, because suddenly, meaningless noise becomes exhausting. That's why some people disappear socially, Not because they hate people, because they became mentally drained by superficiality. Modern conversations feel empty to them. Everything feels rushed, artificial, performative. Nobody listens anymore. People just wait for their turn to speak. And social media made this even worse. Everyone wants attention. Very few want connection. That's why people can have thousands of followers and still feel deeply alone. Attention does not cure loneliness. Real connection does. But real connection requires vulnerability. And vulnerability became dangerous in modern culture. People are terrified of being real now. Terrified of being judged. Terrified of seeming weak. So instead, they create versions of themselves. Online personalities, fake confidence, carefully edited lives. And after pretending for too long, people begin losing connection with who they actually are. That creates emptiness, because the human mind cannot survive forever without authenticity. Eventually, the mask becomes exhausting. And the scary part? Some people become so disconnected from themselves, they don't even know what makes them happy anymore. They only know what distracts them. That's not living, that's escaping. Think about how strange this generation became. People are constantly stimulated, yet constantly bored, constantly connected, yet emotionally isolated, constantly entertained, yet mentally exhausted. Why? Because the human brain was not built for non-stop consumption. Your mind needs silence, stillness, reflection. Without those things, the brain becomes chaotic, and chaotic minds struggle to feel peace. That's why calm moments feel uncomfortable to some people now, because calmness forces awareness, and awareness reveals emptiness. That's why many people avoid silence at all costs, because silence exposes reality brutally. It exposes burnout, loneliness, regret, confusion. And deep down, most people already know something feels wrong. They just don't know how to fix it, so they keep consuming, keep scrolling, keep distracting themselves, hoping emptiness disappears on its own. But it never does, because emptiness is not a lack of entertainment. It's a lack of meaning. The worst part about emptiness is that it doesn't always feel painful. Sometimes it feels normal. People wake up, check their phones, scroll for hours, then sleep again feeling exhausted, without understanding why. Days blur together, weeks become months, and suddenly, people realize they haven't truly felt alive in years. Because deep down, humans crave meaning, not stimulation, meaning. And no amount of entertainment can replace that. That's why people can have money, friends, followers, and still feel empty inside. Because modern life disconnected people from themselves. Everything became fast content, fast dopamine, fast emotions. Nothing lasts long enough to feel real anymore. And slowly, people stop feeling deeply. That's why emotional numbness became so common. Not sadness, numbness. The inability to truly feel joy, peace, or connection. Look at social media carefully. Everyone wants to appear happy, confident, successful, but behind the screens, many people are struggling mentally in silence, because comparison destroys gratitude. Every scroll quietly tells people you are behind. You are not enough. Your life is boring. And over time, that poisons the mind. That's why some people become addicted to self-improvement content. Not because they want growth, but because they secretly feel broken. They keep chasing the next video, hoping it finally fixes the emptiness inside them. But emptiness is deeper than motivation. Sometimes, people don't need more stimulation. They need reconnection. Reconnection with themselves, with silence. Because silence forces honesty, and honesty changes people. The moment someone sits alone long enough, They begin noticing painful truths, how disconnected they became, how exhausted their mind feels, and how artificial modern life started to seem. That awareness hurts, but it also heals, because people cannot heal from problems they refuse to acknowledge. That's why some people transform during isolation, not because isolation magically makes them stronger, but because it removes distractions. And without distractions, truth becomes impossible to ignore. Suddenly, people stop chasing attention, stop forcing conversations, stop trying to impress everyone, because they realize something important. Most people are just as lost as they are. Some simply hide it better. And maybe the saddest part of all this is that many people spend their entire lives trying to escape emptiness without understanding where it came from. But some people eventually do. Some people sit in silence long enough to reconnect with themselves again. And those people slowly begin feeling alive again.